Hello, buddy. My name's Artie. Kind of weird. I haven't ever streamed on Twitch before. I've only ever streamed on or recorded stuff on YouTube before. So it's a little different for me. But basically, we're gonna move out of this place here in about a month and a half. And I have some projects I've been trying to get done, and I haven't really had the energy or motivation to do them. So I figured streaming on Twitch, trying something new, might be a good way for me to get those done. And the big thing is woodworking. So I've been trying to work with wood pieces and get stuff broken down and fixed up. This actually used to be an entertainment center that I tore some of the pieces out of that was given to us to give away or sell, and we couldn't sell it, nobody would take it. So I figured, you know what, I'll save the wood pieces and I'll use it for something nice. I got a whole stack of them sitting behind the camera, just random wood pallet boards and stuff like that I'm trying to get used since I'm now getting into woodworking. So I'm also going to try to turn on the light and see if maybe that'll provide a little better light in my face. Hey, there we go. You can see me now. So yeah, all of these are going to be uploaded to my YouTube, so they're going to be all viewable after the fact. I've got some space lo-fi in the background just to work on stuff, and I'm probably just going to be chatting while I go. I'm also going to be quickly sharing this with some Discord folks that I know and seeing if anyone wants to hop on and say hi. I've got the chat up. I've got a nice, oh, my monitor went back to being the right color. Sweet. So I got a whole nice little setup here. In fact, I'll show you. Turn the camera here. Got my nice little stream set up. I've got my laptop right over there. Got a nice monitor showing the stream, and I've got my desk, which has my other camera pointing at it. So again, I've never done Twitch streaming stuff before, so I am absolutely completely new. I don't expect anyone to be watching this live. I expect probably very few people will watch this back, but you never know. Try something different. So now I have to get my tools together out of this mess, which is the other thing my goal is to fix this place up and get it sorted and cleaned up and packed for when I move. But it's going to take some time. So in the meantime, I need to find a hammer. Hands. And my tool bag full of all sorts of stuff. Yeah, alright, there we go. Nice old hammer. So yeah, I already tore one wood piece off of this. I don't know how to get these finishing nails that are in here out. So my goal is basically to tear this down section by section. I might actually end up putting this on its front to start with, just because that might be easier to tear that piece off. I'm used to using pallet boards, and I'm not super comfortable tearing something like this apart yet. So this is all practice. If this gets trashed, it gets trashed. I got it for free, so I'll be nice. Alright. There we go. Okay. Better. There we go. Alright. So this has got a nice little connector piece here. Oh, this one. Didn't think about this. Is it going to be better standing up? I have to pry this up. And that's going to be more annoying than prying it out. Normally I have something to hinge onto. How did I get this one out? Like a month ago. The other ones I just unscrewed, so at least there it made sense. Why don't we start this in? We'll start again. Move my key card. Probably throughout the stream I'll also be showing off the menagerie of awesome stuff, which I also call crap, around the place. Things that I've collected or have been given to me over the years. Let's see what my neighbors think I'm starting to sound crazy talking myself over here. Alright, let's see here. Alright, nope. It's going to show just how offline woodworking to start off with. That's okay. Everyone's got to start somewhere, right? It's not about how productive you are, it's that you keep trying at it. So, is that screws? No, those are finishing nails. Those are just nailed into the bottom there. Keep it safe. This is broken. Okay. I put it down just to put it back up again. So I'm smart like that. So, thankfully, this thing is pretty light. All things considered. So it doesn't take a whole lot for me to maneuver it around. And again, wood's just wood, so. I've got some paper also up on my garage because the light coming in was super bright. Like, if you think it's bright now, you couldn't see anything, like, wait till you see what it looks like. Without that paper, it was awful. Alright. So we are just going to try this instead. Nope. Sure, that sounds great from the microphone. How am I going to get you off? Because you're already like bending. I don't want that. This, I mean, how do I get this off? Looks like I just straight up tore it. This is where I got stuck last time. Trying to figure this shit out. Okay. Really what I need is a screwdriver. Flatten it. Hey, look like this. That's cool. Something I can just put in here. Here I see that there's a nice crack forming. Oh, I think I might have got it. No, I actually got it without breaking it. Too much. Try from the other side. Let's see if this works. Again, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Being safe as I can. If my buddy Nathan were here, he'd probably be telling me, probably screaming at the screen right now, like, hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? Well, Nathan, I have only one recourse, and that's to do whatever looks right. So this kind of looks right, so I'm going with it. Unless I know otherwise. Oh, there we go. Hey, I got it. Had to damage some of this piece, but that's okay. Tearing it apart from the screws. There we go. Hell yeah. Yes. Leverage, baby. Leverage all the way. Okay, come on. I'm gonna break off my screwdriver. Wood's gonna be for that. There we go. I can see the screws or the nails, whatever they are. Finishing nails. I still don't know how to get finishing nails out of wood. And that would be very useful information for me to know is how to do it. So close. There we go. And we are almost off. Yes. This, we're just going to get them right on top of those. Just bend them down a little bit. So we're not interfering with anything. There we go. That is fully out of the wood. Okay. Next one down. As you can see, this board already bending. So who knows if it'll be usable at this point, but it's all practice, right? It's for looking back on and knowing what I'm doing wrong now, so I don't do it wrong later. Because I keep forgetting what it is I'm doing after I've done it, and then I do the same thing again because my brain doesn't get any better. I remember what it was I did the last time. Wonders of ADHD. I'm also off my meds for ADD, so that's part of why I'm also talking so much. Lovely time for the music to die. There we go. But yeah, my goal is hopefully to gain some skills, keep all my fingers, and to try something different. Instead of doing that, why don't we instead focus on pulling the other ones? Because then we can get the pieces off in tandem, and then it'll be easier for us to work with. Yeah, let's try that. So let's do this one first. I apologize because you're just going to look at my ass for a while, but yeah. My wife, bless her soul, was worried when I told her that I was going to be doing Twitch streaming. Trying to do a stream. Oh, that worked a charm. Oh my god, that was so much better. I mean, there's still a split here, but I think that's just glue, so you can separate that. I might go save that piece. Anyway, my wife was very worried that I was going to be out like doing naked OnlyFans and shit. I had to tell her, like, you're the only one that wants to see that. So I would be doing it for one viewer and you're at work. So, no Arties or OnlyFans as of right now. Time to get the pinpointer. Where are you? Amongst my mountain strong. There is. Not that one. There is one piece that I continuously use. It's like a little. It's got a little point on it. Here it is. This little sucker. It's nice. Made a nice wood here. It's got a nice little point on it. It's good for jamming in places and popping stuff out. Like a screwdriver, only more precise. So, I'm going to use that on this section here. Except not. I'm just going to try and separate. Best not put things on places you know are going to fall. There we go. Try and separate this out a little bit from the blue without breaking too much of the board. Up properly with my shaking out hands. That'd be nice too. Nope, that's just destroying the board. Okay, don't do that. Alright. Back to the original plan. This. That's the sound I want to hear, that nice pop. Also, not jamming my thumb would be nice. And I know I have gloves, but honestly, I don't feel I need them for this, because I'm not cutting anything, I'm just hammering. And if I was cutting stuff, I'd actually be using gloves. But, oh, there's that. Hey, hey, we got 2 out of 3. So this one is now a little more wobbly. I can see the glue where this front piece was on. So now if I get this one, this whole front piece should fall off, this top piece here. I am actually making fucking progress. I genuinely cannot believe it. Speaking of progress, I'm going to mention this to my guys over on Discord. Because I didn't do that, because I got distracted by logging in to Twitch and making sure that this gets recorded for YouTube. So, anyhow, streaming myself. My garage to use the time and practice. If anyone wants to join, so up on YouTube later. There we go. All right. So yeah, I am off work every Thursday and Friday for a majority of the day, and it's really, I need to be like cleaning house, packing, and doing stuff here in the garage to help like bring this stuff down. Now this, the reason I'm doing this instead of packing, which would make a lot more sense to most people, is this thing's a fucking like big ass space, and my thought is if I can break it down and stick it up against that wall with all my other wood pieces, then at least it becomes doesn't take up as much space, and that's what I want to do with it anyway. And if we end up moving into a place that's just an apartment with no space for this, then I throw it away. And it's not a big deal, because it's been lost time. So it's practice, it's something for me to do, and my therapist keeps telling me that it's important for me to do stuff for me that isn't just playing video games and watching TV, because apparently that's not as helpful as I once thought it was for managing stress. And given everything that's been going on, it's a fucking boatload of stress. So, breaking shit down is a good way of managing that stress. There we go. Come on, buddy. Gotta get down a bit harder. Oh, I can see I went through to the bottom piece there. That's not nice. Alright, how about this? We're gonna pop this front piece off. There goes the front piece. She's falling. I am a genius. I am being safe. Maybe somewhat. I promise I'm being safe. Also, apologies if that was absolutely horrifying of a close-up. But yeah, this is exactly the kind of piece I'm looking for. Nice. Got nice around the corners. It is, of course, actually this is a full piece. Some of these pieces are press board, where it's multiple pieces of wood. I think that's what it's called, press board. It's either that or plywood. I can't remember which is the one that's layered together and which is made up of sawdust that's like compressed. I think this is press board, because it's got multiple layers of different pieces of wood. Now this one is actually a full piece of wood and looks very nice because you can actually see the edge there. There we go. Yeah, you can actually see they've got like the stuff that's really shiny. You can actually see the cuts of the wood. Whereas something like this piece. Oh, this is a nice one. This one you can actually see the individual sections of wood and the finishing nails that are in there. I think those are finishing nails. I don't know what kind of nails they are. Whatever they are, they're fucking annoying to get out. So, yeah, that's one piece out of the menu that I wanted to get out of here. But it's something. Thankfully, until my wife gets back and takes up this whole half of the garage, I've got a nice spot to put the things before they go over there. So, and actually, you can see I've already gotten off some of the pieces from this thing that I'm hoping to use for some shelves before we were going to be moving out of here unexpectedly, aka evicted. Whole other story. These pieces I was actually going to use. This one specifically, I was going to cut up and use as a makeshift shelf for my wife. So something where she could put her pots and plants on it, sitting on a windowsill. So something I could easily put in with just a couple nails, just holding up underneath basically like you would shelves on a bookshelf, and have her use some potting space. But that's not going to happen anymore, at least not here. So maybe in the next place we go live, if there's room for it, I'll do the same thing and it'll be fine. But we'll have to see what we can do. Because right now, we're looking at renting, and it's a fucking nightmare. So, anyway, enough about dumb shit. Let's go back to celebrating the fact that we actually got a fucking piece off. I can't believe that. I actually did it. Celebrate copyright claim now. Okay. Alright, so now, this guy was the one that we were this is off of. In fact, we just do this. Here. This is another nice piece. There we go. There's something. No, that's not going to come off easy. This spot, right? No, that broke that. That's not an easy spot to break out of. Okay, not there though. This piece is connecting these front pieces. Didn't have anything in the back. It's not the front piece of these. So that is fucking solid. Okay. So not gonna do that there. So I guess we're back to this stuff. Breaking this off. This piece. Come on. Yeah, it's because that piece right there is interfering. Alright, there we go. Pop. Hey, hey! So side piece split. So you can see we've got some finishing nails there. Keep calling them finishing nails. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. People are probably going to correct me. I don't really give a shit. They're nails, they're hard to get out. They don't have a head that you can just pry up. Like I've been dealing with these fucking plywood, or not plywood, planks, pallet type things, and they're much easier to get out because they actually have like a section at the bottom you can grip onto after you try to tear them out. So these fuckers got fucking nothing. It's all glue, thin ass nails, can't do shit with. So, here we go. I actually got it. Holy shit. Ha! Look at that. Don't stab myself on the nails, that'd be nice. Again, I can't, like, I can see a small section where that nail has been, like, glued over, but I don't know how to get rid of them. I mean, I could just literally trim them off, and that'd be fine. But like, I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be weird, man. Got a lot of problems I need to learn how to solve. That's okay. That's what learning is for. That's why we do this for practice. We take some time to learn the basics. I watched a really great video on productivity. This is an old gentleman. I would say old. He's like probably like 28, so not terribly old comparatively. But he said he'd been working his craft for like 40 fucking years. And he was talking about productivity and how working smarter and working harder didn't necessarily have to be mutually exclusive. So working smarter does not necessarily mean stop working harder. Because it's like if you think you're gonna stop working as hard just because you're being smart about it, you're wrong. And I kind of like that. That piece is gonna be fucked. Well, it's really well glued in. There we go, that's another one down. And that's fucking falling. Again, I'm being careful. At least I'm trying. But yeah, it really resonated with me because I always considered it to be work smarter, not harder, because avoiding hard work is kind of the goal. But if you look at it from the perspective of actually working hard, you might actually be surprised what you can come up with. Like getting these fucking pieces off. Now, if I was really cool, I would tear this off, tear this and that off, but I'm going to save that for a little while. Just because I want to continue getting this main structure down, and then I can focus on getting down on the ground and the rest of it off. So like, this, yeah, I mean, it's going to have to be cut. Because there are obviously sections that are fucked up, but some of these pieces in the middle here aren't too badly fucked up, and I can actually use, I was thinking originally I was going to combine them all to make like a table, or something, because it's like nice looking wood. But again, I don't think we're going to have space. I don't think we're going to have space for it. But does that mean I shouldn't try? I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, there are what, 4 of these, so each of them can make a corner, right? Or at least 2 of them can stick there, and then you got a full square with nice corners. I don't know. I'll have to try it out. We'll see. Now, as you can see, we're getting nice and loose and wobbly for some of these pieces. So it makes it a little bit easier to get them off. But yeah, I watched this guy and he was really nice. I sent the video to my dad too, because he's an older gentleman, well, who has spent a lot of his life working on, I mean, not exactly stuff like this, but working on recycling and using pieces for unique purposes. Like the shelves over here that I have that my setup is sitting on, these ones right here, we actually, well, I say we, my dad, these actually used to be 2 bookshelves that were underneath one of my beds. And we actually cut those down like 3/4 of the way, and then he put the pieces on to make it work. So that way I could have small bookshelves, because I was working on something different at the time. So they went from being something that was like a full-size metal bookshelf to basically cut in half, and now they can both fit underneath my bed, which had dropped from being like up near the ceiling as a canopy bed, and then drop down to the floor of normal size. So I could stick both those underneath my bed, and now they're in my garage working great. So things like that are some of the kind of stuff he worked on. In fact, one of the projects that I want to work on was inspired by him. When I was little, he built me this thing. So I used to be big into art, and he basically built me a light box. And what that was basically a box with a plastic, clear, like, plastic sheet thing on top. Oh, that's a plastic sheet, what's it called? clear plexiglass screen type thing on top, right? Like hard plastic. And it had a light, what's it called? One of those overhead fluorescent. It had a fluorescent light taped up to the bottom of it, and it turned on, but without a plug. So basically, what you would do is you would lay this thing down, and you would put a sheet of paper on top of it, and you had a picture on it you wanted to copy, and another piece of paper on top, and you plug this thing into the wall, and it would light up through it, so you could use it as a tracer. And the paper was thin enough, of course, that you could see through it. And my idea was that with all of the tabletop gaming that I do, with D&D and stuff like that, the best part about doing it online is that you can have these pre-made maps. But if you do it in person, which is infinitely better for like fun and enjoyment, you lose out on that like pre-made, ready-to-go maps. You lose out on all the tools that you can get from the digital world when you transfer to real life. So I saw this person who did a similar thing to what my dad had done, except with a TV in it. So you had this box that you'd lay and flip upward, and then you could project your battle map onto this TV, and you just had a little plexiglass looking screen over the top of it so you didn't damage the screen. And so I've got fucking, what, like 8 monitors and TVs over there? And if I took some of this wood, or some of the pallet wood or whatever, practiced, and built a thing like that, and just, kind of forgot the plexiglass bit because it's expensive, then I could at least have a working model of what I was thinking of doing and practice building them, so that way I can maybe turn it into something that I could do and like just practice. So anyway, my dad's idea when I was younger to try and help keep me interested in art kind of brought me into that and brought along that chain of ideas. So enough about my childhood. Let's go back to breaking shit and tearing things apart. Why not, Stress reducer. Stress reducer. Come on. You got it. You got it. There we go. That's what I like to see. Alright. Pop you inside. Try and see if maybe we can avoid breaking off that section. Hey, look at that. Going from the side a little bit helps make sure that you don't have another one of these. You break off that whole section of wood. Although technically I could just stick some wood glue in there and clamp it up and then let it seal up and be just fine, I'm sure. So there are ways I can repair this to at least make it usable. It doesn't have to be pretty. I can make it pretty later. Try to. But it should at least be functional. So that's 2 of these. Mostly out. In fact, I'm going to grab one of those plier tip things. Bend these finishing nails back. Can't see them from your end over there. These finishing nails get stuck in wood. Bend these back here so they don't stay caught in it. There we go. I can see there are more in there. Oh no, there aren't. Okay. Forget what I said. Okay. Last section here. We're getting close to the bottom. I mean, once we get to the bottom of this, it's just prying these things off the bottom of the section, and then it's tearing off some of this bottom pieces. It's actually going a lot quicker than I thought it would. There we go. Come on. There we go. Come on. Almost. Come on, I need to. Now, some of you might see the chair I got here and asking why am I not using that, why I have to keep moving this thing. It's I'm fucking tall. And when I bought that, I didn't measure it correctly. So I didn't see that sitting at my desk has my knees up above the edge of the desk so that I can't actually work on shit. So it's a little annoying, but mistakes were made. It's okay, I'm not getting rid of it because I know I can build a desk that'll work for it later. Or buy one, whatever. find a good deal. You never know. Oh, damn it, I broke the wood thing again. Alright, learn the lesson. Don't do that way. Twist. An old twist, an old dip twist. This one is much more difficult to get off. I wonder if it's because of this. Because I didn't get this one off before I started the video, which might be a mistake. I think I made a mistake. If I remember correctly, trying to get this off that way. Yeah, that just did that. Okay. Listen here, fucker. You're gonna keep doing this? It's like make your life difficult. You don't have much of a life anymore, but I guarantee what you do have, I can make difficult. Alright. Let's try from this side. I don't think I did that last time. If I did, I don't remember. That's why I have this recording so I can go back and focus on what I did right. What I did wrong. Like that, or I just broke that piece again. God damn it. Yep, all it's doing is bending that side section that I don't want to break. Okay. Let's try going in from this side. This right doesn't work. How did I do this? What did I do last time? Did I go here? Yeah, that's right. That's right. There's something. Alright. Oh, hey, someone actually posted. Who is that? It's your boy, Sababa Second. How's it going, dude? Sorry, I missed when you posted, but how's it going? Sir Robert, one of the guys from the astronomical crew, saying hi. I need to get better at looking at my chat, but to be fair, I didn't expect anyone to actually sit and watch this thing, so. This is just me doing my shit. Alright, come on, fuck. So if you're still there, how's it going, man? Doing okay? Enjoying hanging out in the Discord with you? Hopefully we'll be able to catch up again sometime soon. This is just breaking the fuck up. Good Lord. Oh. Hey, look at that. Gotcha. Get fucked. There's another one bites the dust. And now we're on these last couple pieces at the bottom. Just working, shit sucks. Yeah, I get that. Well, glad you can join us. Hopefully it's not too awful, hearing all the banging and shit. But I'm off work today, because I'm off work on Thursdays and Fridays, so I might try and make this a regular thing, if I enjoy it. Sure I am so far. So. See that? It's more of breaking shit apart. Just doing the Come on, fucker. There's that one. Hey! I'm being safe. I'm being safe. That's what we're gonna tell my wife. Honey, I was being safe. Look at that! We actually got it. We actually got this piece. I'll pop this down here so you can see. been much more productive, genuinely much more productive than I would have thought. Turn on this one a little bit. This is a precarious fucking thing. I can't get this thing to actually sit. Alright, let's do this. Hey, it's turn. So you can actually see my somewhat bearded face. Trimmer. So it's funny, here you go. I'm being safe because I have my phone locked most of the time, so I can only imagine what you're actually doing. Oh, I'm being safe. I'm breaking things down and they're falling toward me, so I'm being safe. And I have my little spider friend here, crawling all over the wood pieces to keep me company. So that's what I'm doing. I'm being safe. By that meaning I'm not wearing any eye protection, but I'm not really needing it because I'm not working with anything that's going to come flying back up at me. And to be honest, this shouldn't be. Is this going anything, or is it just sitting up in the air? Well, it's sitting over the ground technically, but it's going to be super easy. Alright, let's try this. Oh, okay. Down. Last one left, and then we will officially have broken up all these wood pieces, which is a major improvement. Now, I do have some cool tools I've been working on trying to get out, but some of them I'm waiting on for when we have a new place, because they're just too big and they're in a box right now. Oh, come on. Get out of there. Okay. So like I have this nice workbench that I can technically unpack and set up, but I'm trying to save that for when I have a better space for it, because it's in a nice little box right now. Actually, they tried to get me to pay like $100 and $200 to come have someone set it up. I'm like, fuck that. If I can assemble an IKEA desk, I'm sure I can assemble a workbench. Like, it's not that hard. It's got a couple of sliding pieces and that's it. So, oh man. But now I'm on this last wood piece. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna lay this down. Make it a little bit easier to work with. Because just a little bit awkward at this angle. That's okay. That's what we have this for. Hey, would you look at that? I got it up, and with minimal pokage of my nipples. Now, that hurt. I'm being safe. I didn't just poke myself in the nipple with a finishing nail. It's fine, nothing comes out of there anyway. Trust me, I've tried. Okay. Well, now that we got all the pieces basically separated, now comes the fun part of separating them even more. Figuring out what I can actually use and what is just scrap at this point. Because don't catch the cord. Not a good thing. Because at this point, most of this is really not going to be that useful if I can't get it in working order. Let's try it on the table. We've got some space jazz. I feel like I'm listening to Riker on holiday. What are you talking about? Someone's singing in my music. I think I heard something about cherries, but I'm not really paying attention. There's that piece out, and that just fucked up the board, but that's okay. It's mostly just practice anyway and stress relief. I do feel a little less stressed, actually. I didn't think it was going to work, but hell, you know, maybe what my therapist says sometimes actually does work. Maybe he's right every once in a while. You never know. Well, goddamn. Okay. So how am I going to get you off? I could go get out my table, I guess. Strap this thing down and really go to town on it. But I feel like there was a better way that I did it before. And I just don't know how I did it before. Because this one's really well put on. You know what? I might be able to get it from here. Because this is a thinner piece that's already fucked anyway. Thank you for joining me, by the way, Sir Robert. I know you're probably off and or back to working, but it's nice to have you join at least for a little bit. Have a viewer. And I hope wherever you're working it's treating you nice. Especially with customer service, because that's a thankless fucking job. Trust me, I'm in it, I know. I mean, every job is pretty much thankless most of the time, but especially fucking customer service. Let's see. And I'm in no way angry at all. Definitely not. Definitely not upset at how terrible people are nowadays. Some of that stuff. How am I going to get you off? That's what she said. That is what she said. She took one look at it and was like, how am I going to get you off? Let's get on the table. Why not? I'm going to break out some new tools. It's going to be fun. Oh yeah, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, there's actually a really nice dude who... for those of you listening to this back, I guess I should mention exactly what Bob said. He said, I don't really listen to podcasts and such anyway. It's nice fun, chill stuff like this. Thought I helped it. And I appreciate it, man. There's actually a really nice dude who does legit woodworking projects. Like he's making a board at the moment. I'll have to find out his name real quick. But he has a really nice chill twin string that he does every once in a while. And he literally just goes out in his yard and fucking builds shit. And that's kind of where I got the idea of like, hey, maybe I can actually just sort of chill and chat with people and do some cleaning and, you know, organizing my shit. Because otherwise, as much as I love the Astronomical podcast, I'd just be listening to them at this point. Because they are nice folks. But I'd rather be chatting with people and trying to get some stress out instead of just focusing on whatever hijinks they're doing. That's okay. I'm going to be driving back into work soon anyway, so I'll have plenty of time to listen to their hijinks and get caught up on episodes because I'm so far behind. I think I'm on like episode 42 and they just hit 60, so loads behind. So yeah, I'm breaking out some new tools. I got some quick clamps. These are nice. I had one. The other one that I had was not a quick clamp. It was like a twisting, like C-clamp. And that took fucking forever to get up and down, especially when I was working on... What I would do is I would set this table up and use it to pound out nails out of pallets. so I could use the boards for shit. And the quick clamp was super easy. It's this little fucker here. This little guy, super easy. You just sort of let him go. Kind of up he goes, and then you can quickly crank down and stuff as he squeaks. And it was really nice, but the other one that I had was a C-clamp. Was this fucker. I love to stream and me building my little gun models, just know how to set up. I mean, to be fair, man, it looks real complicated, but it's really not. All I'm doing is I'm using a Lenovo webcam that I am using for work, for when I do setups, like to Zoom call and stuff. And then my other one here is my laptop, so the one up in my top corner up. That, if I can point the right direction. That way. That right there, that's just my laptop camera. I just have it pointed at my desk so that if I work over there to clean, you can see it. And then I just use OBS. Super simple, free download. The hardest part is just the amount of bandwidth. So I had to upgrade my bandwidth for work anyway to get it up to 10 megabytes a second upload. And when I did that, I looked at it and was like, hey, this is enough for me to actually stream. And since I'm living on my own with my wife, there's nobody out here to be like, no, you can't do that, so fuck it. I've been wanting to stream forever, so why not? You know? Normally I play video games where I don't really want to talk during it, or if I do, I don't think anybody will want to listen, but just doing chill shit like this is lots of fun. But yeah, to be honest, I think you can actually get like a nice, I would definitely sit down and watch someone paint gun models and build gun models. I think you'd find a good market for that, especially like if you streamed it at the right time of day. But just do it for you. Don't worry about what anyone else is gonna think or what anyone else is gonna do. The biggest piece of advice I ever heard from a guy named Killclicks, who I used to watch on YouTube all the time, is he's like, I upload this shit for me, I don't upload it for anybody else. So if you don't like it, get out. And I've taken that to heart with all my stuff. So I only really upload when I feel like it, and I upload for me to have fun. And that seems to attract like people like that. So I'm sticking with it. Anyway, I'm gonna cut open my new little quick claws here. So I ordered these littler quick grips off of Amazon for like 15 bucks for a set of 4, and that should be more than enough for any project I have. And these are only 6 inches compared to this one, which is like I think a 4 long. But most of the time I don't use the full thing for it anyway, so this should be totally fine. Again, being safe and opening this, he said sarcastically, because I can't fucking figure out how to open this shit. I try streaming on my PlayStation every once in a while. Yeah, I mean, stream what makes me happy. Doesn't matter if nobody's watching. I mean, I posted it on the Discord for everyone to listen to, just for me, just being like, hey, if anyone wants to come chill and hang out like you can, but if nobody did, and I was just sitting here talking to myself, that's fine. It gets me practice. So, we doing Christmas then? That was weird. The chill tunes for a second sound like Christmas music, and I'm like, that tone sounds like the beginning of a fucking Charlie Brown Christmas musical. Alright, come on, you little quick grips. I know I'm not returning you, so I have no problem tearing apart the box, but you are getting out of here today. I gotta say though, since I got here, I did really enjoy watching your clips from your YouTube channel. Like especially the one of you flying around on the glitchy vehicle in Battlefront 2 was the first one that I saw on there. I don't know if that was the most recent one you uploaded or the oldest one, but it was fucking hilarious. And it definitely reminded me of something I would see on like a regular YouTube channel. I don't know why I said it like that, but like a mainstream like Soviet ROM or something like that, where it's just like goofy highlights from games and stuff, glitching things. It was definitely enjoyable. So stream what makes you happy, do what makes you happy. We only got so much time left in this world anyway, so. That's why I play video games and do tabletop stuff and don't let anyone get me down. There's one out. These are medium duty for 140 pounds or 63 kilograms. That was the best. Quick grip. Come on. There we go. Perfect. So that's 4 in there. Throw this sucker away. Alright, get rid of the C-clamp because we don't need that anymore. That one's the oldest one. I have a bunch of other clips I need to upload. I mean, yeah, I gotta say, I love Battlefront. Not so much the new ones as much as the old ones, but it was funny when I sat down and watched it. I just kind of started watching stuff in order, and that one really caught my eye. It's like, holy shit, that's fucking hilarious. But yeah, that's probably the hardest part of recording and everything, is actually finding time to sit and upload stuff and just kind of let it upload in the background. But now that I've got a better setup. Hey, background nose, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Being compared to Sony is the biggest compliment, even if I only vaguely like it. I mean, you're not that far off, man. All he's really doing is basically just the exact same thing, where he's uploading highlight clips and being funny and, you know, just doing his thing. I mean, he had subtitles to his, but that's fine. Also knows, how you doing, man? Good, good. He says it's going all right. Glad to hear it. We are currently working on, I just broke down a whole cabinet, a whole, like, it was like a TV box thing. And so now I'm just taking apart the last little pieces and I'm showing off my quick grip tools that I'm trying to work with. So I'm figuring out how the fuck I'm gonna do this. Actually, I'll flip this around the other way. You've got prime spot on my second monitor while I work through the last hour-ish of the day. Hell yeah, man. Cool, thank you. I mean, we're really not doing much aside just chatting and breaking apart wood pieces. I am probably gonna be hammering, so if you need to turn your volume down because of that, I'm trying to speak loud, but this is all completely test. I have not really optimized any of this, so we'll see how the VOD turns out. I'll go back and rewatch it and probably do some fine tuning if I do this again tomorrow or maybe next week. We'll see how this goes. But I gotta keep an eye on the time because my wife gets home at like, she leaves work probably around 3:15. So probably gonna have like 40 minutes or so before I gotta shut down. So no, he's asking if I got a strong compressor on the audio. No, I don't. I'm using, my setup is, I've got my computer, which is playing some chill music. It's playing out my speakers and it's also playing to the stream desktop audio. I've got my little Lenovo camera and I've got a Samsung Go mic, which has been my best friend for streaming and recording. So I can imagine that would help with balancing camera noise of speech. That might be a good idea. I should probably look into that, to be honest. Especially if I'm planning on doing this more regularly. Or at least have like a button I can use to like mute the audio from my mic while I'm cutting or something like that. Because I was also planning on using power tools if I keep continuing this. So that could be something to look into. A little button, Bluetooth enabled or something I can use to stop the my audio, mute myself. Should be able to run it through a software compressor without needing to spend any money on anything. Oh yeah, thanks man. I appreciate it. See, this is why it's nice hanging out with people who like know their shit, because I know almost nothing when it comes to this. I'm like, I know some stuff, but I certainly don't know as much as I wish I did. Where did I put my tools? My ADD brain's kicking in. I got my hammer. I'm gonna get my screwdriver here. We're still trying to get this little fucker off. Just like that. Come on, fucker. There we go. That's the popping sound I needed to hear. I mean, you know your shit better than I do, background. Don't even think you don't. Like you know how to do Blender shit, motherfucker. Like you know how to do some awesome stuff. So don't ever put yourself down. I know you taught yourself how to do that, but that's what I'm talking about. I was actually talking earlier in the stream about this guy I was watching, I don't know if Bobbert caught it, but there's this old guy I was watching. He was like 40. And he was talking about perseverance, working, the idea of working smarter, not harder. He said it was a little bit flawed because it makes it sound like you have to work smarter in order to avoid working harder. And in his mind, especially when it came to working with your hands and such, it was all about learning how to work smarter and work harder, but working harder and learning from the people around you and from your own failures how to work smarter. So it was working harder to then work smarter later. And so that's kind of what I watched that last night again to remind myself of it. Because that was kind of what I wanted to do with this, is like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I know basics of, you know, how to handle stuff and like physics, but I don't know what works best on tearing shit apart. So it's better to just kind of try and fail and learn how to work better at it and go back and watch yourself doing it than sitting down and watching 4 hours worth of how to do a thing and then never actually doing it because you get too tired of learning. So I got so many projects that I want to do that I can't do yet because I don't know how to do it, but I'm trying to learn just to fucking do it and then practice later, or learn how to do it smarter later and just figure out how to do it. For example, I've got a big ass, like, I don't even know how big it is. It's a huge LED TV back there, and all that's wrong with it is the lights in it are bad. So the backlight in it is fucked. And because they run in series because they run in sequence instead of series, any one of them goes out and the whole thing dies. So I just have to buy like 20 bucks worth of replacement LEDs and then input them, and I should be fine. The reason I haven't yet is, of course, money, as always. But if I do that, then I can actually work toward my project of building a table with a TV facing up in it so I can use it for gaming. I've showed it a couple times on the Discord, but I've run sort of mock setups with it, and I would love to have like a full-size table that you could take some panels off of, and you have a gaming table, and then you put the panels back on, and it just becomes a nice dining table. So, background says, oh, I am the worst at that. I get deep into the theory and never actually practice it. I mean, that's like most people, right? Like, you look into stuff, you spend an hour, you know, looking at Wikipedia or at, you know, WikiHow or whatever, and you never actually do it. And it's important to try and work on doing that better and actually getting the projects done. That's one of the reasons why I took this today to try and do this, because I wanted to find something, two things I wanted to do. Learn how to stream and break apart this wood piece. And I knew I could at least do the wood piece part somewhat. And then the stream is all kind of just testing, so. There we go, there's another piece off. This is actually a nice one. It's actually a full wood piece instead of press board like the other ones are. So as you can see, it's got like the lines there, and you can actually see it does have these annoying ass finishing nails, but all right. Background says, a decade ago when I tried to get into StarCraft 2, I think I spent 4 more hours watching theory videos than I ever did playing the game. You know, I did the same thing with RimWorld when I first started playing, or when I first started watching it. I got my start in that game watching like hours and hours of video on it without ever actually buying the game. But at the end of the day, I just had to kind of learn to suck it up and do it, even though I knew I was going to be shit at it, and I would die far more than I would survive. And that game literally taught me how to lose without getting salty at myself, not at anyone else, just at myself for losing. Like, I couldn't deal with failure in video games very well until then. Alright, there's another piece down. We're really down to not that much left of this thing. We've got a nice little pile of wood sections that we did. And let's see. Yeah, it takes losing his fun philosophy from Dwarf Fortress to Hearts' nose. Yeah, that is. I did have to learn after watching Tynan play that game and talk about it on a live stream that it's not a game, it's a story generator, right? Like it's meant to build a story that you are either going to lose or win, there's no really winning, it's just kind of going until it's not fun anymore. And going into it with that mindset and philosophy makes it a lot easier to deal with, rather than just, oh, I fucked it up and I, lost my colony. All right, cleaning up the workspace. Cleaning up the workspace. I feel like I'm back in kindergarten. Saying to fucking clean up, everybody do your share song from Barney. Okay. Well, I'm probably gonna cut here in just a little bit. It is already like 2:30 and I have to go get dishes done in the house. And I've done what I set out to do, which is break this thing apart. Now it's just breaking off these little like small edge pieces. But I probably will come and do this again earlier tomorrow. Just kind of make a day of it. Once I wake up and have some breakfast and or lunch, depending on what time I get up. But I'm gonna spend probably about 10-15 more minutes working on this, try and see if I can get this last piece banged out. Bang, bang. And then we'll see what I can do. But before I do go, I'll show you guys a fun piece that my dad got me for Christmas a long time ago. That's kind of a cool tool. So, and background, I know you've got work to do. You got basically like a little less than an hour's worth of work. So, hopefully we can end before you're done with your day so you can see the end of the stream. But if not, that's all right. Come on, motherfucker. All right. Now, how am I gonna get you off? Because you are just annoying as fuck. There we go. This might be a job for the, what's it called? Crowbar. Best tool to use in it. Damn, my lunch break is in 30 minutes. Okay, well, we'll probably, yeah, you know what? I'll try and see if I can get this thing off with a crowbar and then we'll end it there. Just so, because I'm getting tired too. My body is not used to working. I've gained so much weight, dude. Seriously, I used to be 180 and I am now 210. My metabolism has just like crashed. So that's why I'm feeling a bit pudgier. Feeling a little of the weight on me. And I keep telling my wife, I joked with her when we were first dating that I would, make a pact with a witch to steal some of her weight because she was worried about her weight. And I was like, did you make that pact without me knowing about it? Because I didn't make a pact yet. I was kind of waiting. And all of a sudden now I'm gaining this weight. So, it's okay. Maybe my mom made the pact. We always like to joke that she's the witch of the family. Not like because she's mean, it's just because she dressed up as a witch one time and my cousin got sick the same day, so. We pulled up her magic potion brew, made my cousin sick. Alright, come on. Getting all squeaky. There we go. That's what I needed to see. These fucking finishing nails and glue. Peel off. There we go. That's not bad. So again, I gotta look up how to get these finishing nails out or something. There's gotta be an easier way to do this because they're super easy to bend. And my normal method of just pounding them back through the back of this does not work on these, at least from what I can see. So, but from there, I think we're okay. I'm gonna take some time after the stream's over to move over stuff. Can you just grab them flush and then ignore them? Yeah, I mean, to be honest, that's probably what I'm going to do, because I do have a nice little Dremel that I can use to like cut them down. So I probably will end up doing that, but the reason I didn't want to and I wanted to actually get them out is so that I could hammer in or cut without having to worry about where they are. And on pieces like that I just showed, like they're all over the place. So like there's a whole just like line of them. right along the front. So it's gonna be hard. Hey, we got a new viewer. Who's that? Pair of pliers going through, just ducking one. Yeah, I mean, that was what I was kind of doing, but I guess these are finishing now, so I hadn't considered that. That's a good idea. I'll try, maybe next time I stream, I'll just clamp these fuckers down and try and see if I just pull them through with a pair of pliers. Because with finishing nails, they should be pretty small in terms of the heads on them, so that should actually not be bad. Thank you, I appreciate that, Duck. Yeah, this is a spiky boy. This will fuck someone up. Yeah. Background says, yeah, that's a spiky boy. Don't fuck with those. Remember, kids, the theme of the stream is be safe. Just be safe. So, because I gotta go take care of moving all this shit, and actually, because I've got it right now stacked up against the wall over here. I'll show you guys where it's at right now. And right now I've got all my wood stacked right up here against this wall, and my wife is going to be coming in and parking, right in here. I need to move it, so I'm picking it all up now. Hello. I've got the rest of my wood stacked up over here in the corner, and that's basically all the scrap that I've saved. Some of it was not a Christmas tree, of course, but some of it was like nice wood pieces that I saved from the side of the road. Some of it was pallets from an old job, things like that. So I'm working on breaking the shit down. So in the meantime, while I've been doing that, don't break. There we go. While I've been doing that, I've just sort of been stacking them up against that wall. But for my wife to be able to get in and actually park correctly, I have to move all this over to that wall. So before I do that, and after the stream is over, I'm going to take this piece off real quick, and I'm going to show you guys the end of my stream as a thank you for you guys watching. I have a really cool gift that my dad gave me when I was younger, and it's kind of neat because I had never seen one before. And he's the kind of guy where he doesn't like to give gifts that are just like, oh, here's a gift card. Oh, here's $20. He likes to give you a gift, especially on Christmas or your birthday, that is. I'm going to try and get you to guess whatever the fuck this is, and I guarantee you haven't seen it before. So, I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, probably nobody saw that, but this is my little buddy. So this is a key grinder. Specifically, it's for cutting keys. If I can get the fucking pedal out. There we go. There it goes. So, basically, what you do, this has all been fixed up and brassoed by my dad, is you use this foot pedal and you put a key, get this piece off so you can see here. Well, at least you can see this way. So you put one key in this side by unscrewing this and just slotting it in, and then you put a blank key in this side, and what it does is you actually follow the key through here, and as it hits this metal piece, the grinder spins and actually cuts it. So you can cut two keys the same way. So the keys that you normally have for like your house keys and stuff, you can super easily copy with this. Obviously you have to use it safely, but it is a very cool little device. And then it's got a nice little polishing side here so that any of the excess pieces you can like rub off, so that way it doesn't come and like cut it. So I think my dad might need me to copy some keys, so if he asks me to do that again, I'll probably do that on stream. But it is a cool little piece. So, and really all this does with this is just spin, otherwise I would turn it on for you. But I don't have any keys to copy, because all my keys I'm gonna have to get back up when I move out to the new place. So yeah, that was one of my dad's gifts, pretty recent, and he found it. My family has amazing luck with thrift stores. We found, there's a fridge I have inside that's like an old Whippy Dip or whipped cream Ready Whip fridge. It's like a top-down fridge where you slide the top back and pick out ice cream and stuff. Found it for like less than $100, and it works so much better than a normal fridge because all the cold air gets caught inside. That kind of luck is what my family has with weird thrift store finds. And this, my dad found for like 20 bucks. And it was pretty much broken. And he took the time to fix it up, brass it up, took this wood piece, which used to be a cutting board, I think, and just screwed it on there so that way he could keep it mounted. All my effort learning lockpicks wasted. You know, actually, funny enough, the other piece that came with this was a lock replacer. Let me get this out of here, because I have a box of pieces for it. So, this one's actually cool too. And there's a name on the side of this too, in case you want to look it up. It's called Bell Saw Key Cutter. So let me just wrap this up, because otherwise this thing wobbles around. But this is actually a cool little box full of lock piece replacers, so that if you ever want to be a true locksmith and learn how to pick locks and replace them. Come on, there we go. These are all little pieces to a lock. So you can actually replace the heads in each of the lock pieces. So each of these have a, oh god, I didn't realize which one I took it out of. Oh shit, okay. I'm going to guess that I took it out of this one. And we're just gonna leave it at that. Anyway, this has like a whole guide on the inside to figure out like what each kind of lock you're working with and the different pieces to replace it with. And this just came with that set. So it even has a couple of blank keys, weirdly enough. So like these do not duplicate master style keys would be ones that you could cut with that lock cutter. But yeah, I also have a nice lock picking kit I bought for myself at one point during Christmas. Or maybe someone else bought it for me. Anyway, I know you're talking about picking locks though. It's one of those things I've always wanted to do, so. Hey, Jelly Alien. Nice to meet you. Yeah, pins, that's what they're called. Oh, Alias, how's it going, man? That Jelly Alien is Alias. How's it going, man? It's good to see you. I'm actually just finishing up. I was showing off some of my cool stuff that I've gotten for like Christmas and birthdays and stuff like that. That my dad is a crazy guy that finds all sorts of weird thrift store stuff. Has given me over the years, or that I've collected myself over time. So I find weird random bits at thrift stores all the time. So, for example, this whole wrap of paper that's like huge, I found for $3 at a Goodwill. So I've kept it so that I can use it for things like putting up over the door, the garage door windows, like I did up here, so that way the light diffuses enough so that it doesn't appear that it's like so bright that it's like cutting out my face. Because before, like if I took one of these off, like it would just light up the whole room. So that's probably the first time I've actually used that. But the idea was I was going to use it for sketches, hanging up on a wall with a little towel holder and just pull it out whenever I needed a piece of paper to sketch off of. But anyway, sorry you guys, sorry you came in so late. But I'm glad you guys are doing okay. Yeah, security locks is really interesting. Taking some time to like learn how they work is really cool. There's not a whole lot of money in locksmithing apparently, but it is kind of cool to learn kind of how they work, and it is one of those skills that I feel like if I'm going to die in an apocalypse, I want to know how to break into someplace. Hey, I feel like I wouldn't be good for much else aside from maybe driving a car, but even then, I can't do stick shift, so that limits me even more. So anyway, I'm probably going to end it here just because it is 2:45. My wife's going to get off at like 3, and I have to have this place cleared up enough for her to drive in and not get stuck being up an old balloon to the door. But I thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'll post if I ever do one of these again. I'm hoping to do one either tomorrow, maybe a little earlier, and try to keep this sort of a regular thing, working on pieces, cleaning up the garage, chatting with stuff. So yeah, thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you all soon. Let me know if there's anything else that I can change. I'll also be uploading this whole thing to YouTube too, like I mentioned at the beginning. So don't worry if you missed out on it. I'm just chatting shit. So it's uploaded. It's gonna be uploaded as a VOD. So my YouTube is just like day one of breaking down wood pieces and cleaning out the garage. So, but yeah. All right. See y'all, folks, and have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm gonna shut this baby down.